Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. All right, let's have a look and see what there is to talk about today. Let's start with this one. O'Shaquie Foster versus Eduardo Rocky Hernandez. O'Shaquie Foster making the first defense of his WBC super featherweight strap. I don't know too much about Hernandez, but you only have to look at his record and know that he is a puncher. O'Shaquie Foster more of a boxer. So we have a boxer versus puncher fight in Mexico. This one should be interesting. O'Shaquie Foster's career is interesting. This guy was a prospect and had those two defeats in 2016, 2017, I think. Went off the rails a lot, went to jail for a few months, but now obviously is a world champion and a legit world champion as well. That was a good win against Rey Vargas. Rey Vargas came into that fight, although from the weight below, came into the fight as favourite, and O'Shaquie Foster just outboxed him, and I think made it look quite comfortable in the end, although one scorecard, if I remember, was quite close. It wasn't a close fight. So I expect him to outbox Hernandez this weekend as well, but won't be easy. Won't be easy. Again, you're fighting a puncher in his backyard. That's not going to be easy. If he comes through that, then O'Shaquie Foster should get a unification fight next. Joe Cordina's in the division. I know he's got a fight coming up in a couple of weeks' time, but it's an in-house fight. It should be easy to make, providing there's enough money on the line. I know Joe Cordina, I think, wants the Lee Wood fight. Lee Wood obviously has vacated his WBA featherweight strap. He's going up to super featherweight. So look, there's a lot going on, but this fight, Foster versus Hernandez, could be a good one. I think it might be Friday, so just double check if you want to watch it. Jake Paul's handlers reject scenario of Diaz rematch for December 15th. Yeah, I mean, who wants to see that again? No one wants to see that again. Jake Paul is fighting December 15th, but nothing's been announced as yet. I know they are looking for a legit boxer. I want to say legit boxer. I don't mean legit as in a top boxer. I mean someone that just has a boxing record. That's what they want to do. And obviously that isn't Nate Diaz. I do remember reading that Jake Paul's team have reached out to Nate Diaz for an MMA match in the PFL. So I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, back to this. No one wants to see this. I mean, the build up to these fights is so good. The fights are disappointing. I think we all can agree on that. So let's hope that it isn't Jake Paul, Nate Diaz, and let's see Jake Paul against a legit boxer. Let's see what he can do. Charlie Edwards is fuming at Kel Yafai. He's been turning me down for years. Look, this was a fight that was of interest a few years ago when Kel was unbeaten and was world champion, and Charlie was unbeaten and world champion. Now, I mean, both of their careers since those defeats, so Charlie to Martinez and Kel to Chocolatito, both of their careers have kind of stagnated. So maybe they do need to go that way first, get some good wins, and then see if there can be any interest in it. Because right now, although Charlie's calling out Kel, there's just no one's interested in it right now. But it doesn't mean it can't come back again. McCaskill, Sandy Ryan, WBO rejects appeal for immediate rematch. Both boxers ordered to make mandatory title defenses. Yeah, look, this shouldn't be up to the sanctioning bodies anyway. Like, I don't like that idea of the sanctioning bodies having that much power to order a rematch, because things can get interesting and I think corrupt if they have that kind of power. To me, it should be up to the commissions. If the commissions deem that a fight has been scored incorrectly, first of all, there's a couple of things they do. First of all, if they think a fight's been scored incorrectly, then I think they need to bring the judges to task, right? The judges need to be brought to the board, and I think they need to be looked at. That's the first thing that should happen. If then, after the judges have been brought to task and have been brought to the board, and they can't explain how scorecards were reached, and then maybe the commissions have some power to order a rematch. But I don't think it should be the sanctioning bodies. But look, we'll see what happens with Sandy Ryan and McCaskill. McCaskill, I mean, there's been some talk, of her versus Natasha Jonas. I don't know if that's going to happen. If you're Sandy Ryan, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's an argument to see what happens with Chantel Cameron, Katie Taylor. Like if Chantel Cameron comes through that one, I wouldn't mind seeing Chantel Cameron versus Sandy Ryan. I wouldn't mind it at all. We know these girls can go up and down in weights. I'd like to see that fight, but we'll see. Luis Ortiz continues to stay in shape, feels avoided by top-rated names. He's had his chance. He's had his chance. I know people like to joke about Luis Ortiz's age, but he must be closer to 50 than 40 now. He must be. Look, he was in a fun fight against Andy Ruiz, so there's clearly fun fights out there for him. But in terms of him getting one of the top names, just isn't going to happen. He had an opportunity twice against Deontay Wilder. I thought he was that close, and I actually thought he was going to win the first fight. He was that close to winning it. The second fight, he had his opportunities in the second fight as well, but look, he got hurt in that one as well. I don't know if I want to see Luis Ortiz in there against the big names. Again, look, he could be a gatekeeper to some of the young kids coming up, but in terms of him being in the big names, no. His fight with Andy Ruiz was pay-per-view, and no one seems to talk about this. It bombed. Like, I think I read like 20,000 buys or 30,000 buys, something ridiculous. So why fight him? He's not a draw anymore. He's not a ticket seller. There is no reason to want to fight Luis Ortiz. And it isn't just him. There are a number of heavyweights I can talk about and use that kind of same feeling towards. Chisora is another one. Like, I'm a big fan of Chisora. I know him. I look at him as almost like a brother every time I see him, but I don't want to see him fight again. I hate it. I hate him in the ring. Like, I just feel like he's taking far too much punishment and it's going to catch up later, and I just don't want to see it. Same might be said about Luis Ortiz in a few years. Tyson Fury, Usyk has to fight me in December. He doesn't have a choice. All right, let's talk Tyson Fury. We did a video yesterday on Francis Ngannou. What chance Ngannou? And it's weird looking at the comments. Most of the comments are like, no chance. And I basically said that as well. I gave him a 2% chance. So on the flip side, that means all the pressure is on Tyson Fury. Like, if Francis Ngannou has absolutely no chance, every ounce of pressure is towards the Gypsy King, the WBC champion, the lineal champion, the unbeaten heavyweight champion. He has to win, and not just win. I think he has to make this look quite easy. Yesterday, I saw some interviews with Tyson Fury yesterday. I think yesterday was the first time where he actually gave a prediction, like a round. I think he said round 6. He said he should get this done. No, he said he should get this done within 6. Yeah, that's kind of what should happen. It really is. This is, and I hate to go over old ground here, but this is someone in Francis Ngannou that's never had a professional boxing match against someone in Tyson Fury, who not only is the best heavyweight of this generation, a lot of people think he could be one of the best heavyweights ever, and he's still very good. So, yeah, Tyson Fury has to make this look comfortable. And there's also, he should want to get this done quickly as well. Let's not forget, there is an Alexander Usyk fight on the horizon. He also said yesterday in those round of interviews that Alexander Usyk has to fight him in December. Like, they're still talking about this December 23rd date, although I thought that kind of might move now until sometime in 2024. So all the pressure, like Ngannou has no pressure at all. The thing is, with Tyson Fury and pressure, I feel like he thrives under it. Like, sometimes I feel like some people can quake under that amount of pressure. Not Tyson Fury. I think he'll thrive under that pressure, and I don't think it'll get to him at all. In fact, I think he enjoys it. I think he enjoys going in the ring where there is pressure, and he just shows what he can do. Honestly, I expect him to not have any problems whatsoever. Again, I've spoken about him being able to do this with one hand behind his back. He's a massive favourite. So we'll see how this one plays out. Although I know, and I hope I don't contradict myself here, although I know I said I give Ngannou no chance, or I think, what did I say, 2% chance or some bullshit. I still feel like there's going to be some sort of drama in this fight. Don't know what it is. I feel like there might be some sort of drama. It's always, for me, difficult to plan for a non-boxer. Like Ngannou's style is so out there and weird and reckless. What kind of sparring partner do you bring in for that? Like, what type of sparring partner do you bring in to try and replicate someone that has never boxed professionally before? What do you do? And to be fair, I mean, I've seen the sparring partners that Francis Ngannou's brought in. I mean, those aren't great sparring partners either to try and replicate Tyson Fury. He's just basically brought in guys that are 6'8" and above. that's not Tyson Fury. So look, both of them are going to have some interesting things happen to them on the night, I think. But ultimately, Tyson Fury will come through whatever Ngannou tries to throw at him. Even if Ngannou does land. Like, if Ngannou lands and Fury goes down, which I really hope happens, just because I want that jeopardy, we've all seen that Fury can get up. We've seen it, right? I mean, everyone talks about Ngannou being the heaviest puncher we've ever seen. I mean, that is not a fact that we know. A fact that we do know is that Wilder is one of, if not the heaviest puncher we've ever seen. And Fury's been able to get up from he shots, especially that one in that final fight, which wobbled his body. If he can get up from that, he can get up from wherever Ngannou throws at him. So look, pressure is on the Gypsy King, but I expect him to enjoy that pressure, do what he normally does, dance in the ring, come to the ring on a throne, and then sing us a song as he leaves the ring. I expect this to be a Fury masterclass. And I think I actually think he will step on the gas early and get Ngannou out of there early. 4-5, honestly, early. One thing, me having watched Ngannou for years now, or at least the last 4 or 5 years, he gasses a lot. He's worked on his cardio a little bit, but he gasses a lot. And one thing I think we've seen about Fury, doesn't gas at all. Honestly, doesn't gas at all. It's ridiculous. So I expect Fury to go through the gears very, very quickly and then get Ngannou out of there. Ngannou feels his fight with Fury is way bigger event than Fury Usyk. Yeah, probably is. It probably is, just because it brings a different audience to it. Ngannou brings an MMA audience as well. Obviously, Usyk doesn't. It's a way bigger event. He's worded it correctly. It's not a way bigger fight. Obviously not. I mean, Usyk Fury is the undisputed heavyweight title fight. He doesn't get any bigger than that in boxing. Any bigger. But this feels like a bigger event. Although, I mean, we only have to wait and see what happens when Fury Usyk rolls round, because there's been a lot of talk about Wilder AJ being on the undercard. And if that's the case, then I'm sorry. Wilder AJ, Fury Usyk will be the biggest event we've ever seen in boxing. Ever. If they can pull that off. I don't think they can. We'll see. Jorge Linares seeks retirement. Says Catchall loss was his last fight. Yeah, it's been a good career. I mean, it's a career that spanned over 20 years, which is insane. Freeweight world champion. Has been in some really good fights. Has looked sharp, and he's even looked good, very good in losses. I thought he looked good against Devin Haney. I thought he looked really good against Lomachenko. And to an extent, he looked good against Jack Catchall. Jack Catchall was just a very awkward southpaw. But at 38, what's left? I mean, he must have made some good money. Hopefully he's made some good choices outside the ring with that money and invested it correctly. But yeah, nothing more to prove. I will end on this one. Tony Bellew is backing Conor Benn to take down Chris Eubank Jr. in 5 rounds. That was my interview that I did. Have they given me credit for this? Is there any credit at all? Nope. No credit. I've just taken it from me. And you know what they've done? In fact, they have attributed it to Planet Sport. That's a joke, innit? I'm going to reach out to them. They have said Tony Bellew was talking to Planet Sport. He wasn't talking to Planet Sport. He was talking to me on my channel. Joke thing. You guys probably saw me walk away from that interview when he said that. I was like, it's crazy. And I still think he's crazy. I love Tony Bellew, but he's got that one wrong. All right, guys. Peace and love.